Okay, everyone, there's been a disturbance in the force that I need to address because very few dating coaches or red pill content creators are even willing to comment on this, or maybe they comment on it once in passing, but they don't like remind their audiences and talk about it enough. And I'm going to start off this entertaining rant. So buckle your seatbelt, it's going to be a good one, with a clip from my good friend and first mentor in the game ever, none other than RSD Tyler, or AKA Owen Cook, his real name. So let's roll the clip.
She's asleep, after we'd had sex, and her music's playing. I go, baby, can you turn your music off? Here, please turn your music off. She goes, you turn it off. You turn it off, right? I'm like, I'm good. You turn it off, right? She goes, no, you turn it off. I go, fine. So as I go to turn it off, I see this thing like, some guy's name with some message, and it says SA beside it. And I think to myself, I roll through my brain, I go, fuck, is that seeking fucking arrangements? Like, did I just unwittingly have sex with a hooker? Oh shit, because in my mind, seeking arrangements or sugar baby is like a hooker. That's how I thought of it, right? Because it used to be. Well, as it turns out, luckily again, I strap up. But as it turns out, I talk to her, I wake her up, I go, yo, are you a hooker? Like, this is not cool. Like, what the fuck? She's like, because it's 2015, right? She's like, every single one of my friends is on this. They're all fucking using it. And I started, now I've got a lot of great female friends. So I started asking my female friends around LA. They're almost all on seeking arrangement, sugar daddy, like almost every girl I know. It's crazy. Why is that? Because if you live in LA and your rent is $5,000 a month, how are you gonna even pay for that?
Okay, so you saw in that clip, Owen said the majority, like the vast majority, maybe he said all of his female friends living in Los Angeles are all on sugar daddy websites. You guys see me with all these beautiful women in Latin America. You don't think that, they set their phone down and I, see similar things like, they don't say like SA after the guy's name in, I'm not even gonna name the websites, it's like YG, it's not YG, but I see like the sugar daddy websites that are big in Latin America. I see the things on Instagram, like I'm taking them out one night and then, on the very next day, they're staying at a first class hotel in Dubai. I'm not paying for it. I'm not being a trick, but other guys are financing these girls. I would say the majority of girls that I hook up with, I don't discover that. I'm just saying it has been known to happen where I go, shit. Did I just smash a hooker? Did I just, fuck a prostitute? And, it happens and it fucking sucks. You guys probably already know this, so I won't harp on it too much, but the life path for a woman is either, one, have zero ambition and just, don't even do the very most basic things to attract a man, or do the most basic things, which is go to the gym a lot, do a lot of squats and get a sexy toned lower body. Maybe consider a small cosmetic surgery like breast implants if you really need it, but 99% probably don't even need it, and most guys prefer them without breast implants. Don't be annoying and don't eat like a land whale. So gym, don't be a land whale, don't be annoying. And then if you can do those things as a woman, maybe there's some cursed woman with like the worst genetics, like a horrible disfigurement, but for 80 to 90% of women, if they can follow those three things, their reality is just guys saying, money, money. Do you want some money? Do you want a vacation? Do you want me to buy you tits? Do you want me to buy you a car? Do you want me to put you up in an apartment? Do you want to go shopping? Do you need some cosmetics? It's your birthday. Do you want some cash app? Money, money. Here's some 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 money. And social media has made it worse. Social media has given women access to these types of guys. But you know what social media has done even worse? And then the red pill doesn't talk about this at all. Well, two things I was saying earlier that dating coaches and red pill don't talk about this. Number one, just the prevalence of this, how it is literally up to, in certain cities, 90 to 95% of the beautiful girls are actively escorting, using sugar daddies. And again, I'm only talking about like the beautiful girls. I'm not talking about, the sixes, the sixes and stuff, maybe that they're doing the best they can. And the red pill doesn't really, like I've heard, guys like Rollo Tomasi, acquaintance of mine, Myron Gaines, friend of mine, say, it's at least 50%. It's at least a lot higher than that. I can't, in America, it depends on the city, right? It's at least 80, 90%. And the other thing that the red pill doesn't talk about, aside from the sheer prevalence of this, of just like how high it is on a percentage of women that are actively tricking, is that the red pill doesn't mention that it's the female influencers on social media. It's not the fact that, sugar sites and other social media makes it easier for men to have access and find these girls and just kind of offer to send them money. And, the girl can say no, she can say no, she can say no. But like by the 1,000th time, the guy's offering her to, take her to an all expenses paid trip. She's like, all right, fine, I'll go. But the other thing is female influencers. It's the female influencers. I remember I told this story once before, but long story, it was actually the end of a crazy night. But me and my buddy were going to get this girl an Uber ride home. and we just like kind of ordered like a regular Uber. And she said in Portuguese, she's like, "Não, tem que ser Uber Black. So Uber Black, like black Uber Black." She was saying, "Oh, for me, I only ride an Uber Black with her like Portuguese." And I saw the same TikTok that this girl saw. So some of you guys, if you're in America, you may see this, girls get on their TikTok, you fuck them, and, their little, ADD TikTok brain, they fuck them, they're lying in bed, you're like cleaning off your dick or something like that. You come back from the shower, and she's just kind of like doom scrolling a little bit on Instagram or TikTok. You may have seen this. And for Passport Bros, girls do this too, but they may not understand it. I actually understand what's coming out the girl's feed. The girl that told me she only rides an Uber Blackie got it from an influencer. Like, I saw the same video. Of the girl saying, "Gente, seu homem não vai pagar para Uber Blackie." That, like, I heard her say that, like, your man better pay you for Uber Black or he's not like a real man or something. I know why she has that idea. And the groupthink is so strong. I've talked about this before. Groupthink means the following. You just fit in with society. Society brainwashes you to act and think a certain way. You don't have your own opinions on it. Like, these girls, it's not even necessarily their thoughts or their opinions. They're getting it from female influencers. Like, maybe they didn't have the idea that, like, oh yeah, like, fuck dignity, fuck, romantic love between, fuck, keeping sex as this kind of sacred thing between, people that they do out of like passion and, like it's like, you can sell your labor, you can sell your time, but let's keep the dignity, at least one thing that's not for sale. Nope. They see all the influence and stuff like that. And, not to get on a tangent, you see these things like with like tattoos and piercings. Listen, no one could think that like putting like chunks of metal, in your face is any way attractive, right? So the same way, you can brainwash people to get tattoos and think they're attractive, to get, chunks of metal or short blue hair think that's attractive. Groupthink brainwashes women to think like this is normal. This is just the way it is now. And listen, a lot of you guys that watch this, there's guys who watch my content on every level. There's old, fat, broke guys with no charisma, and there's young studs that are tall, that are rich, and have hella riz, as the kids say. So they're coming from all levels. A certain percentage of my audience, you're not the level where you deserve to be getting beautiful women. But for the other portion of you guys that are like, I don't know, have a decent SMV, a decent sexual market value. You're at least, 5'10", you make at least 90 to 100 grand a year. You got a bit of a mouthpiece. You can be charming. You know how to talk to people. You can actually cold approach a woman, like actually just see a girl, walk up to her with confidence. You have good social skills, humor, make a romantic connection with her, have a masculine presence. And if you're not getting the girls you want, you are that guy, it's because the women that you're going for are too hot. They're outside of your SMV. They're too hot for you. They're out of your league, but not because they're actually too hot for you, but because they have sugar daddies. They have guys paying them. They legit have dudes on payroll. And you guys look around and like, you may see like, some Chad with a hot girl in Los Angeles, or, some jacked, tall Brazilian guy with, his hot Brazilian girlfriend. He is paying for her. Just because he's also a good looking dude doesn't mean 99% of the time he ain't paying for her. Because listen, this whole like, she'll get some beta male provider. And again, this is not, to pick on Brazil. This is, my country, Miami. This is a lot worse. United States. It's not just like, she'll have some beta male provider, but she'll fuck the Chads for free. Listen, she's drunk. She's at a club. She's got some money in her purse. A couple sugar daddies just, paid her out really well. There's a hot guy. Sure. Maybe once in a while she'll jump on it for free. Absolutely. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm not saying Chads don't get the occasional hot girl once in a while. But to retain them, big pecs and a jawline and a ripped six-pack don't pay the bills, guys. It don't pay the bills. Trust me. Like, a lot of my friends are like this. They it's not like being a woman where, like, you can just dance on TikTok for a minute and then, get ad revenue or, be on a sugar date. Like, for men, looks don't pay the bills. You have to have a job and money. And like from the women's perspective, like her man's pecs and six pack do not pay her bills. So as great as it would be for a girl to like, only bang and, fuck really, really hot dudes, like physically hot dudes, if they're not paying the bill, she's not going to like live in poverty. She's not going to live under a bridge just to fuck some hot dude. You think any hot woman in I don't know. What's a random country? Bolivia. All right, I'm picking on Bolivia. It doesn't matter the country. Fucking Afghanistan. Like, do you think any gorgeous woman in Afghanistan, like a truly hot girl, is rolling up her sleeves and, getting calluses on her hands and washing dishes and like, like when you leave like oatmeal on a plate too long, it like turns into like concrete. You have to like scrape it off. So she's got like these calloused hands and, she's like this like, worker chick. But she's like a beautiful 10. No, she's going to take the payday. She's going to be like, oh, damn, look at these genetics. Look at these genetics. The same way that a 7-foot guy is going to be like, huh, you know what? I'm looking out into the world and, 7-foot guys typically play basketball. So the 7-footer is going to be like, oh, I should play basketball. I'm 7 feet. The woman who's beautiful is going to say, oh, I'm beautiful. I should get paid on my looks. What do you want to do with this information, right? Wah, wah, wah. Most girls are doing pay for play. Oh, I'm going to show the poor baby. Okay, here's what we do about it. One of the biggest part of my strategies, and I have a whole video where I talk about my whole strategy. If I remember to do it, I'll link it in the description when I publish this video. But one of the main ones is geomaxing. There are a few cities where it's not yet either, the dominant narrative or at least not the super dominant narrative where it's like literally 99% like it is in some cities. Like Brickell, Miami, South Beach, it is actually 99%. So there are cities and locations. I don't like to name these cities because it's for my safety, right? If I was to say like, oh, North Haberbrook in Argentina stan is a good city for dating, they're going to be like, he said we're easy. He said we're promiscuous. Matrix attack, cancellation, get my social medias banned again. You guys may think that sounds crazy, but it's happened more than once. So I don't talk about the specific cities anymore, okay? Because if I say it's a favorable dating market, they interpret that as easy. That's number one. Geomax. Listen, if you want to get my private community, we can maybe talk about this. I just can't say it on YouTube. The other thing is understand that you have to make dating and finding one of these few beautiful, submissive, feminine girls, like a true 7.5 and above that isn't doing some form of pay for play, your window for finding these girls is ever shrinking. It's the female influencers above all. It is the female influencers, like I talked about earlier. If you guys only knew, if you poor schmucks only knew what a hot 21-year-old's For You page looked like on TikTok, it is just women influencers talking that shit, saying that rich men is the only way to go. Don't date brokies, be a hoe, basically to be a prostitute. Okay, many of you guys don't date beautiful women. You may have no idea. You may be, really? That's what the For You page looks like on a girl? Really? Date a hot girl. Date a hot 21-year-old girl who, uses social media, and you'll see. So when I say make dating a top priority, people like to, straw man argument and, change my words, move the goalposts, whatever you want to call it. And they say like, he says don't go to the gym. He says to chase women. I never said stop working. I never said stop seeing your friends. I never said to chase women. I just said make dating a top priority because in the end, listen, I smash a lot of hoes. It is what it is. It's fun. I like putting my dick in the warm, wet hole, be it from the front, be it from the back, wherever part of the woman it is. I will put my penis in the tight, wet hole of an attractive woman. It is what it is. Ultimately, I want a wifey. I think most of you guys want that too. And like I said, even about going back to the clip we reacted to, Owen Cook, a guy who I can, with a 99.99999% degree of certainty, never paid for pussy in his life. Even he's accidentally fucking sugar babies and prostitutes that he didn't even know were tricking for other guys. And it's because you just have to understand, like these women, they have nice brands, they have nice clothing, they live in a nice part of the city. How the fuck does that happen? You guys tell me. Okay, no, it's not that bad. They're not doing it. Bro, like I'm in well, fuck it. I'll just say the name of the city this time. I love Brazil. Brazil's awesome, amazing Brazil. I'm in Sao Paulo, Brazil, okay? And I love Brazil, respect Brazilian women. They're sophisticated, they're smart. Brazilian women are not promiscuous. Brazilian women are not easy, etc. All these things. Don't matrix attack me. The United States is worse. I love Brazil. It's all good. But you're walking around Sao Paulo, Brazil in Moema, Jardins, Itaim BB, these like top fucking neighborhoods. And when you go outside these neighborhoods, you see women that, I'll play some B-roll right now, but you see women that may be What some might consider, again, just everybody has their objective opinion, but you may see women that would not be typically, when you close your eyes and think about a gorgeous Brazilian girl, that they may not fit the typical mold of your idea of what, Brazilian women look like. That's when you go like outside of these super rich areas. But when you're inside, and everyone has their own opinion. If you every guy likes a different type of thing. No shade thrown in any, no body shaming or talking shit to the people of Brazil. It's all good. Everybody has their own opinion. But typically for some guys, it just depending on what you like, it may not be for you. But then you're in the rich areas and you see what most guys typically, depending on your taste, might call gorgeous women. How does that happen? How do all the typically, maybe by mainstream standards, less desirable women live outside the rich areas? And then in the rich areas is the only place you see what some might consider, depending on your taste, attractive women. Who's paying their rent? Do you guys know that like a nice studio apartment in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, can cost $2,500 a month? Do you think I'm exaggerating? Do you think I'm fucking exaggerating? $2,500 USD a month for a decent apartment in Sao Paulo. Fucking crazy. Who's paying it? Who the fuck is paying it? So in the end, you want a Geomax. I think Brazilian women are fantastic. I just haven't had the best dating experience in Sao Paulo. In other cities that I won't mention, I've had amazing experiences dating in Brazil. I love Brazilian women. My favorite personalities. Like there's so many, I've already done this before, but maybe I'll make yet another video dedicated to how amazing Brazilian women are. But Sao Paulo ain't it. And not focusing on your dating life and making it your top priority ain't it. So that's the two things. Just realize how much of a problem this is in the first place. Actually do something about it. A lot of things. Geomax, Looks Max, Money Max, Time Max, build a high status social media, get an online dating virtual assistant, network, make friends, ask me the best dating markets to go there with friends so you don't get bored, learn a foreign language. There's a lot of things you can do. Fix up your style, fix up your fashion, get a skincare regimen, crop your beard so it looks like you have more of a jawline. Like there's a lot of things you can do. But above all, accept that this is a reality. Don't be surprised when you're getting rejected by beautiful girls. Don't take it personally. It's just because another guy's paying her rent. Unless you're a total schmuck. If you're a total schmuck, loser, you're fat, you're overweight, you're broke, then it's because you're fat, overweight, broke, loser with no confidence. But assuming you're not that guy, it's probably not a personal rejection on you. It's just because some of the guys paying her rent. So number one, understand that. Number two, Geomax and find these specific, ever-fleeting, ever-shrinking dating markets that have some beautiful girls left that aren't doing tricking and pay for play as a primary modus operandi, way of operating. And number three, make dating and finding one of these few beautiful girls left that still exist one of your top priorities. Don't chase, don't simp, don't stop going to the gym, but make it a top priority in your life. Dedicate time to it. Do what you have to do. I'm here to help you. If you want some help from me, my contact information is in the description of the video, and I hope you enjoyed this rant. Cheers.